Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Geeks5EPodcast. I'm your host, the one, the only, notorious, the infamous, the most chaotic panelist and podcast host in all of Texas. The one, the only Mr. Uppies, also known as Mexico, King Mexico, Captain Mexico, whatever you want to call me, but it's Mexico, Mr. Uppies. What is going on? And we're back with another episode Wednesday night. I know we're running late. I was trying to give my co host some time to arrive, but it looks like he's not here today. Hero, stop biting yourself. Damn. I don't have a co-host today. Sonic missed Monday. Looks like Diamond is missing today. But we do have, you know who we have? We have Hero the Wonder Pup. Say hi, Hero. Yeah? You want to be on the podcast? He said something. He said something. You want to go on the bed? He's the Wonder Pup. He's the official mascot of the Geeks Forever podcast. As you can see, all right, today, for those of you that don't know, the Pokemon Direct is this Friday. For those of you excited, there are rumors circulating that we are getting Heart Gold and Soul Silver as well. For those of you that didn't know, the reason why Leaf Green and Fire Red were announced, because it was leaked. They were leaked. The cat was already out of the bag, so they're like, eh. So the cat was already out of bag for that one, and they decided to just screw it. Let's just go ahead and take pre-orders and see how it works out. Like I said today, there is no Diamond Assassin. That is why I was running late. I was waiting for him to join. He's not here today. I haven't heard from him. He might be working, might be busy, might be doing family stuff. We'll see. All right, so today I'm going to be talking about the OWLCON, the tabletop gaming convention at Rice University this past weekend. Rice University is located in Houston, Texas. At least that's the only one that I'm aware of. I don't know if there's more than one campus, but there is one in Houston, close to the medical center, and that's where the convention was. For those of you that aren't aware, OWLCON is a tabletop gaming convention. That's pretty much it. They have a few vendors, a couple people selling stuff, but overall, it's just strictly tabletop and LARP. They do have some LARP sessions. I was going to participate in one of them. They have a noodle shop at the college campus that was open late, and I ate some. They're not dumplings. I forget what they're called. I don't know what they're called. They're kind of like it's kind of like a like a dough stuffed, and it's kind of like shaped like I don't know how. What are they called? I don't forget, and it's kind of hard for me to describe them. Once I figure out what they are, I ate those. I didn't really like them, and I think they actually made me sick because I had Burger King that night, and I thought the Burger King made me sick, but I don't think it was the Burger King. I think honestly it was the. I think honestly it was the wonton wraps. I think so. What are wontons? Here, hero, go in the bed, buddy. He wants to sit on the thing next to me. All right, let me see. What the fuck are wontons? Uh, no, it's not wontons. It's very close. Like it's the same like dough, but they're like sealed. Like they get sealed at the end. Oh god damn it. What the fuck is going on with my computer? Uh, I don't see it on here. I have to look up different fried Chinese food. Oh, here we go. Are they dumplings? I guess they are dumplings. Huh. I guess I was wrong. Okay, they are dumplings. My bad. I thought I thought dumplings were something else. I'm gonna. They were dumplings. They just didn't feel like as fried. Like they kind of felt like they were cooked all the way. Let me see. Yeah, they're pan fried dumplings. I was completely wrong. So they are dumplings. I feel like they weren't cooked all the way. I feel like they made me sick. So maybe that's what contributed to me getting sick Saturday morning. I went to the convention Friday to volunteer, and I really did. I haven't volunteered for a con. So UshiCon and OWLCON are the first two conventions that I have volunteered for or been staff for in a very long time. I used to be staff for another convention. I hated it. I actually volunteered for ACON. I volunteered for Matsuri. I volunteered for Anime Fest. Um, Anime Fest I didn't have issues with because it was like a day, just like half a day, and I just needed a badge, and they agreed to give me a badge for like 5 hours of work. Uh, but I volunteer for Anime Matsuri and I volunteer for other conventions. I'm just not really. I think Onicon was a convention I volunteered at. I think so. I used to work with this guy named Thomas Pierce, and we didn't get along very well. And will you stop biting yourself, fool? Talking to the mic. Talking to the mic. Say something. He don't want to talk. Still tired. So I used to volunteer with this guy, and he would sell glow sticks at the cons, and he wanted to be like the exclusive glow stick vendor. And like he was such a pain in the ass to work for. He was also a bit of an attention whore and an asshole. Like he wanted to be the center of attention. He wanted to be like the main character of the story. Like if life were like a fucking anime, he wanted to be the main character. And like we just did not get along. For one, I never kissed his ass. I didn't believe in doing that shit. And uh it's it's just one of those like we did not get along. He had beef with me. He tried to like get everyone to hate me. It didn't work. He tried to get like working with him. I never got paid working for him. I got badges. He brought me on to be staff at one convention he was staff at, and we clashed there. Like as far as his like what I my personal experiences go, and like some of the shit that he like, there's a lot of things this guy is, and I can probably talk about it for days and days, but like I don't have any actual. I witnessed some of the things he's done. I've never actually like I never record. The last time I saw him, I still had a flip phone, just to kind of put it in perspective. I haven't seen this guy like I only saw this guy before Geeks I've ever started, and like no, I take that back. We did see him like at a convention. I forget which one we saw him at, but we saw him backstage at one convention, and I didn't talk to him. I didn't communicate. I didn't even say hi. I didn't wave. I didn't look at. I didn't even look in his direction. I completely ignored him. Not that I was trying to avoid confrontation. I just did not want to like interact with that person. And it was just terrible as fuck. And so the last time I actually had words with him, I believe it was in Japan. This is a long time ago. This is before Geeks 5 ever existed. This is when I was still cosplaying the Great Saiyaman. Uh, it was just bad. Like it was just terrible. It was a terrible experience. Everybody did not like the guy. The guy's obviously not around anymore. He's not in the community anymore. So it is what it is with that guy. I worked with him. It was terrible. I had a terrible experience. Heroes pissing off. But yeah, it was one of those situations to where it was pretty bad. I worked with him. I volunteer. I was pretty much a volunteer. Worked for him for free while everybody else. I think everyone else got paid. I remember for the longest, I couldn't talk about him publicly at all because the convention not the convention itself, not the owner, not the con chair, but one of the staff members like, hey, don't bring him up. We're trying to avoid talking about him. We don't want people to. They kind of wanted to just forget him, and they didn't want people like hearing about the like how a shitty person he was. And so, like, okay, well, that's whatever. I feel like people should know, but it is what it is. We didn't talk about him for years. Like I said, I don't have. Could I talk about some of like the things he has said to me or done? I mean, he was an asshole to me. I can tell you that, like without a shadow of a doubt, without it being like slander or defamation, he was an ass. My personal experience with him, my personal interaction with him was that he was an asshole to me. And so, like, there's just no fucking going around that. Now, okay, let's go back to the story. So I volunteered for the con. Like I said, I haven't volunteered in a very long time. We don't volunteer anymore. I don't do staff positions. I don't do fucking volunteer positions. I don't do any of that shit because I want to do what I want. Like, I want to be able to just do and leave, come and go as I please, unless I have a panel. Like, one of the things that we like to do when we go to conventions is go to Walmart and just kind of like walk around the toy section and see what they have. That is like, oh, look who showed up like super late. He's only going to be here until 9, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was helping out with some family stuff.
Now, does that room look brighter than normal?
What's up?
That
Lighter.
room, it looks brighter than normal.
Yeah, because I don't have the LEDs because they hate the LEDs.
So I was just talking about like my experiences volunteering for different conventions, like for because I volunteered at OWLCON, and it turns out I was wrong. They were dumplings.
Oh,
They were fried dumplings, but I don't feel like they were fried all the way because they were still a little.
oh,
It was still a little.
undercooked.
I think it was undercooked, and I think that just made me sick.
It was just you just basically almost ate like raw dough in a sense.
I think so. I think yeah, that was.
Wouldn't them frying it would still be enough, or it still has to be in a
You
certain
still
way?
have to cook it for a certain amount of time.
I was gonna say, how did it go?
So
With the
okay,
con.
sorry, I was sending a message back.
You good?
I so as soon as I got there, it was at this convention center. It was like very small, very compact.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Asian Alex dropping me off, and it was on the side. And then I walk in, and like they have this big, they have different rooms with table, with like first off, it's a tabletop.
Convention.
Uh, it's a tabletop convention, so it's mostly like board games, tabletop games, like card games,
Yeah,
stuff
D and
like that.
D card games and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, like it's not like, and there's no video games whatsoever. I don't know why my computer is just like lagging a lot for some reason.
Is it running stuff in the background?
No, not that I'm a like Steam is open. I probably just
Okay,
need to restart it. I closed a lot of tabs already.
that's weird.
I mean, it's been a while since I restarted my computer, so I probably just need to do that.
Yeah.
I haven't even like shared the fucking link to the show today on Facebook or I haven't shared like anything to promote the show today. I just haven't really done much today. Like, okay, so today it was like, okay, I'm gonna cover AllCon.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, not AllCon, OWLCON. Then we have AllCon in March in less than in about 2 weeks.
Yep.
Because tomorrow it'll be 2 weeks away because we're gonna be there Thursday. So we spring break. So this convention is during spring break. So the elementary school and middle school, I don't know how spring break works in Texas. I know that there are different spring breaks for certain districts. I know, like, for the most part, at least back in the day, they used to keep like a separate spring break for like the college kids and the high school kids, so they wouldn't like fucking mingle or interact with each other.
Hmm.
But like a lot of school districts didn't do that. They just all had the same fucking spring break. So
Right.
I know there's a spring break for HISD and Dallas and
Hmm.
most of the school districts in Texas for Monday, March the 9th through Friday the 13th. Now you can count the 7th and 8th and the 14th and 15th, but those are weekends. You automatically have those days off.
Hmm.
So next week is the last week before spring break goes into effect. So AllCon, not to be okay. So there's OWLCON and AllCon. Just there's
Hmm.
HOOTieCon and Inclusive Con. Is pretty much how it goes. And so this convention that we're going to, that we have several panels for, uh, this is the one that we will be at in Dallas. Me and Diamond Assassin
Hmm.
and Fart Knocker. It's me, you, Fart Knocker, Certified Asian Alex, and I think 17 is going. I don't know if
You
he's
haven't.
gonna go
He
or go
hasn't
to
said anything.
stupid. Well, I think he's going on. He's taking his vacation, but I think he has like stupid outlaw mud show wrestling. Fucking,
Bum
I'll
fight.
say it right now, bro. Like, I fucking hate loco wrestling. I like every. I like independent wrestling promotions like Reality of Wrestling,
All Star Texas Wrestling.
Wrestle. Like there's another one. I forget the fucking name, but they're not fucking loco wrestling.
Hmm.
Like, loco wrestling is like, it's like they have the fucking wrestling events at a fucking bar with no ring.
It's like GZW basically, almost
It's
with
worse
just
than GCW. GCW has a fucking ring.
yeah,
This is at a fucking bar
with more light tubes.
with light tubes and like everyone's smoking weed, and it's hard to like not like get fucking secondhand fucking, like, not everyone smokes weed, okay? Weed is still illegal in Texas and people still drug test for that, and people can still like get fired or lose their job, like, or maybe lose the opportunity for a job.
There, I don't know. I couldn't. I went to not local wrestling, but I've been to other independent shows, and I had a lot more fun, you know, watching that than whatever you keep describing every single time.
It's
I
because like it was at a bar, people were smoking a ton of weed. I would never take my fucking daughter to that. I did. uh so me and Zelda did go because we were dropping off 17 and picking him up. We didn't go inside. uh we just dropped them off at the bar. I remember me and her walked to the front. We picked them up. We dropped them off. But would I take Zelda to that kind of thing? No, I would not. I wouldn't definitely take her. Um, if that's your kind of thing, whatever. But I fucking don't like it. I think it's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen.
I feel like sometimes certain independent or like bum fights or however you want to
They're
call it at
fucking
this
dude because
moment.
like they're wrestling and they're jumping off the stage of the fucking bar, and like they start playing bachata music and the guy's dancing, and then he runs over to the bar and buys a beer and then like forces the other wrestler to drink the fucking beer. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Basically, like show tunes in a sense without
And like
the
they're
ring
they're outside and they're getting ready for some kind of fucking battle royal. Like, okay, we're gonna have a battle royal. Okay, how? How are you gonna have
outside
a
without
battle royal
a ring.
without a fuck? It's in the bar without a ring. Like, so how do the fuck are you eliminated? Like, do you just bleed to death or whatever the?
You just get hit with a light tube, and if you get hit, you're out.
Yeah, I was like, and then they made like a fucking like a pentagram with like fucking light tubes and shit. And
What
like,
the
let's just
hell?
put it out there. Pentagrams are not what people think they are. Pentagrams are actually the protection. It's actually the. Have you ever seen the symbol like the star and everything?
Yes, yes.
It's actually used more for protection rather than demon summoning.
Yeah.
So they have a fucking pentagram made out of fucking light tubes,
Thinking that they're gonna save
and
themselves
they're
from
like
getting
trying to
hit with a
find.
light tube.
Well, like they're trying to figure out who's gonna go through the fucking light tubes, and then the entire time I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on here? And it's like the dumbest fucking shit in the world. I'm watching this crap, and it's not like no, this is not because we've watched lucha libre here. We watch independent wrestling. We've seen reality wrestling. We've seen Your Highness is a independent wrestler. He's wrestled before. We've seen him wrestle. I just don't fuck with local wrestling. Miranda, who trains 17, runs her own dojo.
Mm-hmm.
She runs her own promotion. They do shows too. They I can watch professional wrestling independent promotions. I just cannot
Watch
like
local wrestling in general.
local wrestling. And then they have this one fucking guy apparently like his whole gimmick is being an asshole to you. Like somebody fucking shoved me, like ran into me at the fucking event, the one event I went to, and like somebody shoved me. I was like, what the fuck? I almost fucking decked him.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, oh no, well that's his character. I don't give a so his character, like that's what he does is part of his character. So
Character to
part of his
provoke.
character is to get fucking ass whoopings.
To get provoked, to get actually knocked the fuck
Like
out.
so his character is just to get fucking knocked the fuck out because I'm about to knock his bitch ass out. Like, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is going on? And like, okay, but going back to OWLCON, so I volunteered at OWLCON. That's where Asian was learning how to play Digimon.
Mm.
So they had a guy come in there with like multiple decks ready to
Okay.
go for Digimon. I think he had like 4 or 5. Okay, it was one, two,
Starter
three.
decks.
So he had 4 people playing, Asian and some other guy, and then 2 other people playing against each other.
Right.
They were playing the game and they were learning. He was like coaching them through the game. I have to say the game is very different than Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh because there's like a point system that you have to constantly
Keep track of.
like give and take. Like the point system's connected to both of you.
Mm. So it's like you're having to keep track of both things at the same time, both
Yeah,
points
but
from not only
I don't
for
know if it's a
yourself.
point system. Okay, let me see if I can look it up. Let me see what kind of point system. Okay, no, god damn it. Okay, I put in Digimon game and it came out with Time Stranger. I put TCG. All right, the modern Digimon trading card game primarily uses a 3-1-0 match point system for tournament play, paired with a memory gauge resource system during gameplay. So, here are the details of the point system used in the game. Official Bandai tournament events, both local and larger championships, use a standard Swiss draw or single elimination format. Win 3 points, draw 1 point. Okay. Okay, this sounds just like for the tournaments. This is not what I meant.
Maybe try like the basic way of playing the game.
Okay, let me see. The Digimon trading card game is a two-player where you win by attacking and destroying all 5 of your opponent's security cards, then delivering one final direct attack. Players use a shared memory gauge. That's what it's called. It's called a memory gauge. 0 to 10 to pay for playing Digimon. Tamers and option cards where moving the counter to the opponent's side ends your turn. The goal is to destroy 5 security cards, then attack the player. The memory gauge, it's a shared resource. So it has a -10 to +10. If you play a card costing 3 and the marker is at 0, it moves to 3 on your opponent's side, ending your turn. Digivolving. Play a higher level Digimon on top of a lower level one. Level 3 to level 4 for a reduced memory cost, allowing you to draw a card and use powerful inherited effects. Breeding area, a safe zone where you can hatch Digi eggs from a separate 5-star deck and Digivolve them before moving them to the battle area. Security check. When a Digimon attacks an opponent, the opponent flips over a security card. If it's a Digimon, it battles. If it's an option trainer, its security effect activates. All right, so turn structure. It's unsuspended. Uh, turn all your rested horizontal cards upright. Draw 1 card from your deck. Breeding phase, move a Digimon from the breeding area or hatch a new egg. Main phase, play cards, Digivolve, or attack. Note, Digimon cannot attack the turn they are played. Summoning sickness, but they can if they are Digivolve. So if you summon Agumon, he can't fucking attack. But if you Digivolve Agumon to Greymon, he can attack the first turn he is summoned.
That's crazy.
In turn, the turn ends when the memory gauge passes 0 to the opponent's side. Passes 0 to the opponent's side, starting the game. So you deck has to be 50 cards with a max 4 of the same. Okay, so you can only have 4 of the same card. The Digi Egg deck can have up to 5 cards. Set up, shuffle main deck, draw 5 cards, place 5 cards into the security zone. Okay, so that's like Pokemon. In Pokemon, you can only have a deck. You have to have a deck of 60 cards, no more, no less. You shuffle, you draw, and then you put 6 cards as the prize cards. Right? Because in Pokemon, you can only battle 6 Pokemon. So the prize cards kind of represent the same principle. Like how each Pokemon represents a prize card. Now, there's a difference between different types of Pokemon. So there's your basic Pokemon cards, even if it's like a Charizard, that's still considered a basic where you have the EXs. If you defeat an EX card, your opponent gets 2 prize cards instead of 1. So if you lose 3 EX Pokemon, they faint, you lose the battle. Now, the Gigantamax or the Dynamax, those are worth 3 prize cards. So if you play 2 of them and they both die, you fucking lose the game with just 2. If you play non-EXs, non-GXs, or non-Dynamax or Gigantamax, then it would be 6 Pokemon. It would either be until 6 Pokemon die or until you run out of Pokemon.
I need to start watching these tournaments on YouTube. Just pull up a Pokemon YouTube tournament and just watch how they play.
Dude, you got like a lot of fucking noise in the background. It's like a party.
Yeah, it's my aunt and my sister. They're talking about anime.
They're talking about anime.
Yep.
That's kind of weird. Okay, so I went to so we got the reason why we got into Digimon is because they were playing Digimon at the convention. Now, there were they had a D&D session based on what I could tell. They have LARPs, which are live action role play, not the foam swords where you fucking smack each other like But they have like,
Almost like theatrical
yeah,
without
they're
the
games where you
physical.
play characters and you
Yeah.
kind of like, it's kind of like an escape room, but you're not trying to escape.
It's almost like it's just acting it out at this point. Just
It's a game. It's a game where you're acting out the story, and you have to like solve the mystery or get through it or like whatever the case is, right? So it just depends on the style of game. Like we had one where, I mean, it's kind of based off the book. I'm writing a book that's based off the game where we were superheroes and we're trapped in an asylum
mm,
and we're trying to escape because none of us have, we lost our powers.
that's
But
interesting.
it turns out we weren't superheroes. We were the patients.
That's crazy. Your subject test
Right.
subject.
And the bad guys were the doctors.
Yeah, makes sense.
So like that heavily inspired the book that I'm working on, or at least one of the books. I have like an entire series that I want to write, and that is one of the books. It's like very, very, very similar.
I could literally run that as a D&D campaign if I wanted to for you. You would just have to figure out who would be willing to play
No,
with
no,
you.
I know how my book, like I already have my book like the way I'm gonna write it. You can turn it into a D&D session.
I even go
I
by how you writing it too. So
well, the way I'm writing it, it's very, like I said, it's very similar. It's almost identical. Actually, it is fucking identical. It's just that there's major differences between, there's a few major differences between the so like the main character of the book is like supposed to be like the greatest superhero that ever lived, and he
Mhm.
gets freed. And so as the story progresses, he starts becoming more and more aggressive, and he starts having like his vision starts like
Blur.
flickering, it starts blurring and flickering, like he starts seeing like,
Like a rage, almost like if it was like the Hulk in a sense, but not really.
no, not like the Hulk.
Like he doesn't turn, but like his anger, like is his power in a sense. Or
No,
is your mind off? Okay.
no. It's just that you find out at the end that he's like, he's not supposed to be there. He was actually chained up in a straitjacket, and he was. So what happened was the patients, where it was like a riot, right? The patients started rioting against the doctors and the security, and they got free.
Mm-hmm.
And so the main character's under a sedative that calms him down
Mm,
and makes him believe like whatever people tell him, because they were trying to keep him like,
calm and sedated in a way, like
right. And so he's being transported because he's supposed to be on death row,
jeez.
but they couldn't keep him in a regular prison because he does have supernatural abilities.
So they
And
have
so
to
he's
sit
on a
him
drug.
in the arc
There's
version
a
of
lot that I'm
Arkham
keeping.
Asylum.
Like you're probably wondering, like it's not making sense. Like that doesn't make a lot of sense.
No,
There's the
I'm
reason
over
why.
here like Arkham Asylum in this bitch.
Well, the
Sitting in
reason
my
why he
bed.
gets aggressive is because it turns out he's like the he's the biggest like criminal on the planet. Like he is he's a he's a serial killer.
He's like the most wanted criminal.
Well, no, he's not wanted because they have him
Well,
captive.
they haven't captured, but he
He's like
was.
the most dangerous criminal in the world because he murders people.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he starts getting more and more aggressive, because that's, as time progresses in the story, he little by little becomes more aggressive, and that's a sign that the medication, the drug he's on, is
Wearing
wearing off.
off. That's crazy.
And so it turns out like that they're trying to escape, and they think that he's like, because the people that are trying to escape are in fucking insane. They're criminally, like they're
It's
psychologically
it's
insane. They believe he's
literally
a superhero.
it's
They
literally the loony bin.
right, and one of them convinces everyone they're superheroes and these are villains that are keeping them sedated. And so they free this guy because they know for a fact that he's physically stronger than most humans. Because it goes into like the, so this is just a side story. This has nothing to do with the main story. This is just a bonus, right? That I wanted to write based off of the LARP that we did. And so it turns out that this guy is a former soldier for the U.S. military who went because the U.S. military had been experimenting with soldiers because they're like, why can't we have a super soldier like in the comic books? Like they have a guy with a shield that runs around saying that he can do this all day. Why can't we have that? So they started experimenting. And so this is years. This isn't something that like, okay, we want a super soldier. 6 months later, we have this. No, no, no. This is like 10, 15, 20 years later after they've already started like a mutation.
Right.
And so this guy was in the military. He got part of that mutation. That's why he's stronger than most people. But he went insane and started murdering other soldiers and started murdering innocent people.
Dude, this is so interesting.
So, like, he's not connected to the main story in any way, except for the fact that he's like part of the super soldier program. But he's not a perfected super soldier. He actually went. It's in the story. You find out he went insane because of the fucking super soldier mutation.
Yeah, it's expected.
It's this is a side story, but it's a clue because in the main story you don't know what happened to the world. Like the world is post-apocalyptic and you don't know what happened. All you know there was a super soldier program at some point that multiple countries were experimenting with, and at some point the world just was left in ruins and they don't know what happened or why. Or they do know, there's just the general population doesn't know. And this guy is like supposed to fill in that gap, like, hey, they knew there were unwanted side effects and this is part of that. So this is what so this is from that LARP, right? And this is the guy who this LARP happened at a convention called OWLCON, which was in Houston. It was near the airport. This was a long time ago. And so this is something that they do at the con. I don't know if they do escape rooms, but they do LARPs, they do tabletop, and that's all the convention is, right? There's no partying, there's no, I mean, they had like
There's no guest.
They had a guest, I think, but not the kind of guest you would think.
Probably like for tabletop.
I think this is like a author, like not
or author.
an author or something like that,
Yeah.
or some kind of game creator.
Mm-hmm.
But it's strictly like there's no video games. There was no like bad smell. I still like.
I think it's a hard niche. I think the OWLCON, because I feel like not everybody's into tabletop card game RPGs.
Well, I mean, they had a good number like of people. Like they have a 200, 300 like attendance number every year, 2 to 300. Because the convention's not okay. So for the weekend, this is based off what I can remember, and I don't know if it's how accurate it is. So the online website did say $30, but that wasn't true because I worked the front desk registration for the con as a volunteer. It was $40 for the weekend, $30 if you're a student, and I think it was like $15 if you're a Rice University student.
That's cool.
And that was for the weekend badge. And student means like high school, college, whatever. Day badges were much cheaper. I think a day badge was $20, with the student badge being $18. I think the Rice University badge was like $10 or $5. It was dirt cheap for students that attended the college.
That's not that bad, honestly. Especially if you're a college student and want something to do.
Mm-hmm. And they did sell snacks like sodas and stuff like that. I think they were like 50 cents to $1, maybe $2 at most, but it was like dirt cheap. And then it was just snacks like sodas and chips and popcorn and stuff like that. I still do have my volunteer badge somewhere around here. Oh, it's a simple paper badge. They keep it cheap. This is the volunteer badge. The regular badges were white. Apparently, this convention has been running. This was OWLCON number 43.
What's up?
This was OWLCON number 43.
Oh, okay. Do you see this eventually wanting them to later on branch out if they get more numbers, or is it just gonna stay there?
No, no, it's gonna be. It's been around since the '80s, and they've maintained the same size and the same building. I think they're like they don't. They have. I did overhear them like wanting to grow not attendance size, but to like people that work the con, people
Hmm.
that help run it, people that are in charge of it, because
Right.
like any other convention, UshiCon, Delta, Acon, Onicon, Owlcon, it doesn't matter. Uh, everyone is getting older and people are aging out. It's not something that you want to do forever.
Yeah.
And so it's they have talked about getting new staff members, people to work with them, people to volunteer. And I feel that like they did have some people that were older than me by not just by 5 years, by like 10, 20 years.
Hmm.
And that's just something that a lot of conventions face, you know. Did this convention suffer from attendance numbers? Based on what I can see Friday, no, not really. They're relatively small and
The next con that's close to Houston is going to be Nostalgia Con.
okay,
That's
well,
later on.
like convention, actual convention, because like I said, and I will die on this hill. I don't consider it NostalgiaCon and all these other conventions like fucking conventions. They're trade shows. They could have like maybe one or two panels, but they're mostly stages on like the fucking main events on the main floor of the.
Yeah, they only have panels for the guests, but not like actual panels.
They don't have a nightlife. They shut everything down by like 8 or 9 or like by 10 you gotta fucking leave. Uh, there's no rave. There's really no adult entertainment. There's no adult nightlife. There's no rave. There are no fan panels. They don't really have game shows. They don't really do any of that shit. So
Comic Palooza has also only like shared like a few guests, and even then, it's not looking good right now. I mean, the only thing that I would see that I would be willing to go, is the Master Chief, Cortana, and voice actors are there, and then I think a few other people from Halo are coming this year. The guy who does the sounds for Killing Spree, Zombie Killing Spree, he's also going to be there as well.
really, that guy? I mean, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool, but like, I, I don't really know. Like,
I think you also have to be a really big, huge Halo fan, and I know a lot of people are kind of hit and miss with that game, but
um, I mean, it's still kind of early for Comic Palooza, but I think they're the because SciFiCon is a convention. They have panels. They have shit like that.
mhm.
They're in they're in September. I know CC Charlie, the guys that do the CCS, those are mostly markets and like themed. They're small conventions. They're free. I guess they don't really do panels though. Those are more trade show, which I don't have. But those are free. Like I actually like those. I don't like fucking NostalgiaCon where it's like $80 to get in, and then it's just like walk
It's
around with
like
autographs.
$100 to do the whole entire like weekend
Yeah,
right now.
fuck that, dude. Fuck that. It's
Honestly, if I'm being honest with you, it's a lot cheaper than fucking Comic Palooza. Not to fucking dog on them, but they've been raising their prices recently. So
it's the next convention is there's a lot of like I'm trying to look for information. I just opened up my fucking Facebook, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just like a lot of politics on here.
That's Facebook. That's any social media.
Yeah, it's like one Pokemon. You know what's funny is I did briefly talk about Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green before you jumped on here all late and shit, but I really would love for them to have a physical release of the games. That would be fucking great.
The only thing I can see it is if they do like a collector's edition. That's about it. And even then, it's gonna be hard because that's depends on the different Nintendo company. Because apparently, there's a difference between the different companies of Nintendo. You have Nintendo where they just display the games. Then you have the corporate side, and then you have the game side of it.
Hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say about OWLCON, I didn't have a bad experience. I had it was a very even though I was working registration and they had me working registration late. Like I was running
Mhm.
registration from 7 until like 11:30 because at midnight they kicked everyone out. I probably helped like I want to say like 4 or 5 people at most that night because most people that attend this convention pre-registered. Like there were a lot of people in the pre-register line than there were in the registration line. Even if you register, you have to make an account with
The
the
actual plan
OWLCON
itself.
website with the
Yeah.
website. And so like their system, their point of sale system, unless you're doing cash, it's if you're doing credit card, it's like a pain in the ass. Which they have admitted, like it's kind of a pain in the ass.
Because it's also you don't expect because I eventually want to own the card reader and stuff for like my own personal stuff.
You can get a
But
card reader right now, and like the thing is, you're gonna pay like 1%, 2%, 3% of all
mhm.
sales.
Yeah, and then also the fact of that sometimes it might update, and that's what a lot of people have complaints about the card readers and stuff. Is the random updates that happen that you can't control.
Uh,
Not everybody carries cash anymore. That's another issue too.
yeah, and like they had an ATM at like the convenience store at the college, which was like not that far. It was like a 2 or 3 minute walk. But one guy did tell me like, hey, I went there, I got I withdrew cash, but it was a like $4 fee, I think.
Yeah, they do fees in order to make money out of it, which is
Mhm.
obvious. But it fucking sucks to use an ATM unless it's your bank specifically, so that way they don't charge you.
Right. And like the con is very friendly. People are very approachable. It's a very like
It's a very close community type environment, is what you're describing. Like it's not like this, like yeah, let's party. It's more like
no,
chill out, hang out.
it's definitely not a party environment.
Let's
Like that
chill
was
out, hang
far
out,
from it.
get to know people, talk to people, see if you can, get them into whatever card or board game, get them out of their shell kind of thing and like have fun. That's it.
Mhm. I think that I mean overall I like if tabletop gaming's not your thing, this probably wouldn't be the con for you. But if you do like tabletop games, which don't have to be like D&D, right? You can like the DC deck building game. Like there's deck
Mhm.
building games.
Yep, there's all types of games, board games, and deck games and card games. There's a plethora of games if you're not into like specific popular whatever's popular at the moment.
Right. So I'm going to go ahead and give it like an 8 out of 10. Like I said, I enjoyed being there. It was fun. It was not what I feel like it is what I expected. At the same time, it wasn't what I expected.
Were you
Uh,
expect like in your like in your general opinion on your expectations when you were wanting to go? Because this is your first time going, right?
yes, I've never been. This con has been around since the fucking 80s.
So what was your own personal expectations? Like were they high or were they just like I just expected to be just a regular hangout session and that's
I
it?
so I guess I kind of based it off of my retro arcade and pinball expo, like that con that happens in Houston around October, November,
Mm-hmm.
and like even though it's gaming, like there's like not a there's still people that hang out at night and drink overnight. It's in a hotel, I guess, because this is the college. It's not the same environment. It's really you can't do any of that. Like I kind of expected that. At the same time, I kind of expected that, or
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really have any expectations. Uh, I imagined it was going to be completely layered out, like the tabletop room at all the conventions when you go and you hang out. It's just like, but I feel like it. I don't really know how to word it in a way, but it wasn't what I expected, but it definitely was what I expected. I
Mm-hmm. So
like
it's like you had some feeling on how it was gonna go, but you didn't know that
I
exactly
thought I
what.
was gonna like not like it as much.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I wasn't going to like it as much as I did, but overall, like I felt like it was a good environment. It was a good con. People like I talked to a few people about anime and stuff like that. There are more people that talk about anime
Mm-hmm.
than you would realize, and
I feel like that's a good thing too, is to be able to find something that even though the con doesn't provide that per se, that you can still have start a conversation with someone to break the ice to be able to jump into whatever activities that the con has,
mhm.
especially for tabletop gaming and card games and stuff.
Oh, what was this about? I'm looking through our Discord. I'm trying to see what are the AI slot.
On shit posting.
No, it's just on general. By the way, the image that we use, even though we kind of stole it from Reddit, it's not AI generated. You could tell it's from the animes. But like, if you look at the thumbnail that we're using for today's episode, that's what the con looks like regularly on a Saturday, like in the
Mm-hmm.
afternoon. Like I said, 200 to 300 people is not bad for a convention that size, where they don't have like a big budget, right? Most of their budget is just the snacks and shit like that, and just renting the area. But I think the convention is also partially owned by Rice University. That's why it's such a big like deal. But overall, I liked it. I would like to go back next year for sure.
I'm down to go. Screw it.
There you go. Well, I think that's as far as today's episode is going to go. I think we're going to cut it short because we got here late, you got here late, and you have to get off in 30 minutes anyway.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gents, thank you for watching. This is Diamond Assassin. You can follow him on the follow.
It's all in the
Diamond.
link tree.
It's on the link tree in the Discord. I mean, not in the Discord, but in the description. You can also follow us on the YouTube, Facebook. You can, if you can give us a thumbs up, make sure you give us that thumbs up and ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button after you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button so you can be notified every time we go live. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, follow us on the on everything that you can think of. All right, guys. We're gonna go ahead and call it a night. I know tonight was less than an hour long, but it's fine. Next week on Monday we'll have much more exciting episode. All right, guys. Thanks for watching.
Later.